You're listening to Oilersnation Radio, presented by the Nation Network. Subscribe for free on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Oilersnation Radio. And the boys are lively and we are feeling positive.
Wah, wah, wah.
Nothing going wrong at all in our world. Nope. Not with this team that we love. In fact, you could argue that this is the start we all expected.
Mm-hmm. Deep down.
If we could just get a heartbeat like that screen right there, I'd be much happier.
It does look nice.
Weird how that was me talking like that.
See, you're the heartbeat of the podcast.
We're just talking Predators game today, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We haven't had a chance to break down that fun night.
Well, 60 minutes on Tuesday's win and nothing else that happened since.
A funny thing, you guys started like blowing up the podcast group chat when things were going really, really well.
Yeah.
And because I was driving home from the office, I started the game about 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
So I was fast forwarding through the commercials. I hadn't caught up yet. And then my phone just bzz, 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 and they were up like 2-0, I think. And I was like, they're either going to be down 3-2 in like 3 minutes or they're going to be up 4-0. This is awesome.
Really kept you on the end of the seat.
Yeah, we really lulled you into a false sense of security on that
was Tuesday's episode just carrying over into the night chat.
Yeah. It was great.
Rick getting us going, and yeah, it was good.
Kicking off the podcast, we are introducing a brand new sponsor for the delicious debate, our friends at Wendy's. Starting next week, we are going to have the Wendy's Daily Face-Off Survivor Fantasy game. You're going to be able to play this. We're going to have prizes within the app that you could win. You can keep track of how all the crew is doing in their pools. Wendy's going to have some delicious prizes to give away. They're also going to have, allegedly, no, it's true, they're going to have some cash prizes to give away as well. We're very, very excited to welcome Wendy's to the podcast.
I love Wendy's.
Game launching next week. We're all celebrating tonight with a healthy round of JBCs.
And a taco salad. People have talked about this taco salad too much for me not to have one this weekend.
The taco salad is excellent.
So good.
3 people now.
I'm going to Wendy's for breakfast tomorrow.
Really? You should.
I am.
Breakfast Baconator?
Yeah, get the day started right. Game day started right, you know?
Yeah.
I dig it. I'm a big fan of them because when you get in like a large iced tea,
Mm-hmm.
that is a large iced tea.
Yeah.
There is
Like you go to every other place and you add a large and it's big, that's okay. But the Wendy's one, that is large.
No shrinkflation.
It's like, oh, you wanted all of the iced tea we have in the building?
Yes, please.
They just essentially wheel out a barrel of iced tea.
Yeah. It's at least a 96 ouncer.
Love it. Stay tuned for the Wendy's Daily Face-Off Survivor Pool launching next week. Welcome, Wendy's. Tyler, for our new friends at Wendy's and Dave Thomas, what do you have for a delicious debate today?
Today's delicious debate is sadly about last night's game. What pissed you off the most about last night?
We're creating a list. We're not debating. Liam, what do you got first? Hit us up. Kick us off.
The mistakes. The mistakes which led to literally every single goal. That is what angered and pissed me off the most.
Do you have an example, please?
Really leaving us a lot on the board there, Liam, for to pick from.
I'll just go with the short-handed goal. It seems like the easy one. The backbreaker, we'll call it. Jack Campbell had a very good game last night. I thought he was pretty solid, all things considered, but damn, again, you need that one save from your goaltender in a tight game, and it's not there for you.
Also played poorly by the defenseman Evan Bouchard. Bad turnover in the offensive zone.
Yeah, like it's just
laundry list of shit.
A comedy of errors is what they call that.
I believe so, yes.
Mm-hmm. Rick?
Well, I said before the show, I was going to say just everything because but you know what? Mistakes, I don't feel too bad about mistakes. Humans make mistakes. That stuff happens. Mm-hmm. My biggest issue though, is that they kind of slept their way through the game. Definitely. The entire game. We know this. 100%. They can't do that. They have a lot of skill. They have probably more skill than any other team in the league, arguably, right? There might be 3 or 4, whatever. Just because you have that much skill doesn't mean you can get by without putting in the effort.
Yep.
When the puck's not going in, you need to get into the uncomfortable areas and win your battles. They did not win the battles. They almost didn't even put themselves into the battle.
Yep.
Like
they
it's
were on
just
the peripheries all night.
Yeah, that's exactly. They were preferable on the periphery. It's very frustrating. Yes. They should know what they have to do. A lot of guys have been here for years. We've been here for years. We've seen it. They've seen it. We know it. They know it. Yet they go and continue to do it. It makes no sense.
I said on Oilers Nation every day, just before we started recording this, that the Oilers last night looked like they played like they thought everything was going to be easy.
Yeah, like that. It almost seems like they feel it's the other team is going to be like, oh shit, we're playing the Oilers. Well, this is over, guys. Just give them the win and get the hell out of the way. We'll go home and whatever.
Well, we talked about it last week too, because when teams now go up against the Oilers, it's a game circled on the calendar. Everybody knows the expectations. Nobody wants to be the team that gets beat up.
But you know what Philly's going to do.
Yeah.
And Philly's not going to come at you with your type of game style. They're going to come at you with a type to try and slow you down. You know that. Play against it. It's not rocket science.
I thought Jack and Louie made a good point on the broadcast. Like, if you're not on against the Oilers, they'll embarrass you. And Louie kind of said one of the worst things as an athlete is when you go out and you feel like you've been embarrassed by your opposition.
Well, good news. The Oilers have been embarrassed 3 times now.
And their coach is going to make sure of it too.
Yeah,
their coach definitely does not want to get embarrassed by us.
It's one of those things where you're going to get the other team's best every single night because it's a motivating factor to be like, hey, we're going up against Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Let's shut them down and not let them embarrass us in our own building. Like that's a legit thing. It's like, defending Stanley Cup champions. Always go and say that next year you get every team's best. You get every number 1 goalie. No one's ever starting their backup against you. It's a similar thing with the Oilers. So I am just annoyed, to build off Rick's point, with the lack of effort in that game. Like, even to be down by 2 goals heading into the third, if you're the Edmonton Oilers, you should be like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
And then you get 4 shots.
The shorthanded goal was not even the backbreaker to me. And I understand why you said and stuff, but they should have come out guns a-blazing, on your toes, forward in that third period, and they got 4 shots.
4 shots.
Yep. Would that even tie the game if they scored on every one of them? What was the final score? 5-1?
4-1.
4-1. Oh yeah. So if they scored every single shot, then we would have won.
Maybe that's what they were trying to do.
I get it.
Even hit.
Efficiency.
Dan, what do you got?
I think for me, and it's just I'm too old school, whatever it is, but if you're going to lose a hockey game, you should make the other team hurt for it.
Yes.
And this team has some players on it that are supposed to play that role and have gone out in the media and said that they're willing to play that role. And we haven't seen it yet. Nobody went out and punched anybody in the face against the Philadelphia Flyers last night. That's a team that has a lot of guys on that team that you could punch the face of, and you're going to get a reaction from. So I don't know. Like, it's a listless performance. But then on the back of it, you don't even see, like, when Dylan Holloway is your best player on the ice. I think we can all say that. Last night, the best player.
He's been their most consistent player through 4 games.
That's a problem.
Got himself promoted today.
That's a problem.
Wow.
We'll get to that. Doesn't get paid, but yet goes out and does that. We've got guys making $9 million on this. And I'm not saying Darnell Nurse is necessarily a guy.
That's the $9 million man there.
Maybe it's Evander Kane at $8 million or $7 million. It's somebody coming out and just making a statement for this team that we're tired of losing like this, but I haven't seen it for 3 games.
It was, I love the Holloway play where his helmet falls off and he immediately stands in front of the puck. It's like, you're a man. That is a man.
That's effort, though. That's care. That's give a shit.
It's a guy who wants to be in the lineup every night.
There's
too many guys that just think they deserve to be in the lineup every night right now.
Tyler had a very accurate graphic on Oilers Nation every day, I thought, which was the give a shit meter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not very filled in on the Oilers end.
No. Piss poor.
You brought it up on that show too, Liam, where, there's one thing about losing. You're going to lose games, but it's how you lose the games that is bothersome to me.
Go down swinging.
If the Oilers lost last night against Philly, I'm okay with it, provided that they go down swinging, they make life difficult, and everybody watching feels like, man, they gave it everything. It just didn't go their way.
What was the final game that kind of brought everyone together last year?
LA.
And what happened in that game?
Scraps everywhere.
Thank you.
Yeah, I said the same thing, and it's just like,
we need a Bishai in the bench.
And I know Tyler doesn't like this, but when you're down like that, I love when Leon starts lumberjacking. Piss them off. Piss somebody off. Hurt somebody. I don't give a shit.
No, okay, but last night, if you go 40 minutes without taking a hard stride and then in the third period go, well, I'm going to skate hard to go slash someone, it's a little bit like, why don't you just try harder in the first 40?
Usually skating hard to do it. There's right there and he gives it a whack.
I coast to do
It's the German thing. It's that anger. Trust me, I have that anger in me. And Dan, you're talking about throwing fists. I was sitting on the couch. I was throwing fists. There was only air in front of me, but I was out there doing it. If only this team can bring the energy, then I'm not trying to pump my own damn tires for this, but if only they could bring what I have inside of me at the beginning of every damn game, we would be 79-3 when the season's over.
Still on the table.
I just think it's fresh. And like, we're going to go through lulls throughout the year. Every team is. It just sucks that ours is right off the bat. And then you look at other teams like Vegas. And
Don't even say them.
Why not?
Because it hurts my feelings. That's why.
Okay, fair enough.
Thank you.
You look at
Yes, it's logical. I get it, but no.
last night. Colorado plays Chicago. Chicago are on the back end of their road trip or whatever, but it's been relatively good. They just beat Toronto in Toronto. Colorado had 21 shots in a row before Chicago had one.
Is that good?
And we couldn't even get
terrible.
more than 5 in the third period when we're down. Like, that is crazy to me. It's just this team, there's no fight in them right now. And it's just weird. Like, I feel like, what are they, 4 games in? And we're talking about that Kings game already of like, yeah, they went out guns a-blazing and we're embarrassed. It's like, well, are you not that frustrated already? Because I'm frustrated.
I am.
I didn't even finish watching the game last night. I was so annoyed.
You did get the sense, like when they were 0-2, Evander Kane kind of made his little like, oh, the sky's falling joke. And McDavid even came on and said there's good things in our first 2 games. Last night felt different. You had Woody dropping the F-bomb. Fogel had some things to say. McDavid kind of snapped back at a reporter, I think, too, and was like, it's too long of a question or something. Like, you could tell they were a little bit more tense after last night.
Good.
Woody saying that they weren't fucking good enough in the post game was the highlight of the night.
Good. Show some emotion.
Yes. I want emotion. I want I want Tyler to write a new give a shit graphic and it's all colored in.
Yeah, like the board here.
Yeah.
You're really on that board today, Rick.
Dude, looks good.
And by board, it's just the audio lines of our recording.
Which by the way, we do every week. Rick has seen these a few times.
Yeah, you have seen these a bunch of times, but this week they're striking you. They're lovely colors.
I just want to see that as a heartbeat.
Any other things that last night there's a laundry list of issues last night. Anything else that kind of sticks out?
Feels like Campbell had a bit of a game in him to start, and then it just kind of fizzled.
No, I have no issues with the way Jack played last night.
I can't give up that shorty.
I'm not mad at...
Sure, but the whole fucking team is playing like garbage in front of him. You got to expect one guy's going to have... If the whole team's playing like trash, he gets to be fucking a trash goal too.
We joked about on Owen every day. Sean Walker went one leg up, fired home a snapshot like he's a 50 goal scorer. Like, that's bad.
That one hurt. Yeah. But again, like you guys said, the pass from Connor, he doesn't normally make those. Yeah. The play from Bush, not ideal. Jack couldn't bail them out.
What did Bush do in that play again? I'm trying to recall. Like, because aren't you supposed to give the goalie the shot?
You did give the goalie the shot.
I think he backed up a bit too much.
Backed up. Okay. That was my problem too. Is he was backing up too much on the goal. He could have stood him up at the blue line a little bit.
Gotcha.
In my preference.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't like, I think that goal within the moment was the moment I thought, okay, the game's gone. That's why it was my back-breaking moment. The short.
See, and I still thought, down 2 to Philly.
Yeah, but
when this team gets pissed off,
because we've saw them do it,
should be fine.
Do it before,
yes,
sure. But like, you're on the power play in that moment. McDavid's the one who turns it over. It's just like, and if stuff that just doesn't happen very often, that's why it's like.
But the funny thing is after that goal, guess what? You're still on the power play.
I know, and
why do they come out and do it again?
Second
unit came out and did
good.
Barely could get into.
But you know what? Good. Throw the second unit out there because that was not great. No. It's not very often we can talk about a night where the PK outshines the power play, but it certainly did last night. 4 for 4 for the PK. Currently ranked dead last in the NHL. But
even after a 4 for 4, we're still last place.
Oh, well, I'll check right now. Actually,
job, everybody.
Yeah, we gotta be 27th by now.
We could be second last.
27th.
31.
Yeah, let's get out of there. But it's nice that you can take in.
Yeah, we're 28th now, boys.
All right, we did it! Yay! Positives. There we go.
68.8%. Almost nice.
Almost nice.
Coming around.
Well, all you can really do is flush that one and move on.
I feel like we said this last week.
All you can do is flush the first 3 or 4 and move on.
And that's just it. You can't this team can't be doing that. We're supposed to be, one of the top teams of the league this year. We can't keep playing like this. This is what we did 3-4 years ago. We're quote unquote learning how to win and blah, blah, blah. They need to come out and be the better team right now. And I don't think we can just flush it right now because they need to remember that you can't do this. If you don't give it your best, this is what happens. And they should know that, but I'm not just flushing these ones.
Every time they show up the arena now, you have to say, remember that time we lost to the Philadelphia Flyers?
Dude, I'd have Mamba mentality quotes all over that dressing room right now. There's guys out there, get some Kobe quotes, get some Jordan quotes, get some Tiger Woods quotes. Mm-hmm. Guys are out there like grab their competition by the throat and choke them out.
100%.
That's what we got to do.
Muhammad Ali, perhaps too. Just another guy.
Yeah, I like that one. Well, the other three, they're
A hang
quote
in there
machines.
poster with the cat holding on to the heart.
Hang in there, kitty. Yeah. Maybe something from Kaka.
Liam likes that one.
Sometimes the jokes just have to be for Liam, you know? Sometimes they do.
Guy can't speak a lick of English. Brazilian right on the wall.
He's got Portuguese quotes everywhere. You don't know what the fuck's going on, but you're like, I'm into this. I'm into this.
Every time you walk past the screen, it's just him and it's like an automated voice. It's like, what is this guy saying?
All I'm saying is you need some insurance sometimes. Cornerstone Insurance, they have been Edmonton's premier boutique insurer for 90 years, 4 generations. Locally owned and operated. CornerstoneINS.ca/nation. You can get yourself a quote, get yourself a discount on your insurance products. CornerstoneINS.ca. A couple more things I want to talk about from last night's game before we move on to what's coming tomorrow against the Winnipeg Jets. I find it mind-blowing that the Oilers have played 80 minutes of third period hockey and not one goal.
They were a third period team last year.
That's why it's so puzzling to me. Being down last year by 2 goals going into the third period, not concerned at all.
No,
This
you knew
year,
they'd
you
come
kind
out.
of go, well, somebody's got to score one accidentally almost, do you think?
Kind of.
Right?
Yes.
It bothers me to no end that they gave up. They just folded the tent last night and went home.
See, I can't say they folded the tent, but they never put it up in the first place.
Well,
They were pretty much
equally
equal.
problematic.
Yeah, they were pretty much equal from start of the game to the end of the game. You pretty much saw the same exact type of game out of them.
I actually thought the Oilers were buzzing in the first 8-9 minutes of the game. It would have been nice if they got a little bit of luck. Philly blocked a ton of shots in that first half.
Yeah, they're
of the first
50-50.
period.
I mean, 8 shots,
It
8
was
blocks at one
50-50.
point.
So I actually thought the Oilers had a reasonable start. They didn't get a goal that opened the window for Philly to come back and grab the early lead. But once that happened, the pushback was non-existent.
There was no pushback.
Just to follow up on that stat, BM, last year the Oilers outscored the opposition 100-79 in the third period.
What are we now down? We just got a hole. Quick
That was
hole.
a high-scoring game.
Shooting threes from everywhere.
All on the park today.
Yeah, well, what else are you going to do but make ourselves laugh?
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
Crying inside. But not on the pod, because you deserve better, fair listener. Probably deserve better than what we're doing today also, but that's besides the point.
I'm screaming internally right now.
Oh, it's just so annoying. Like,
It is annoying.
Again, if they show up a little bit and it's like a little blip in the third period or they lose a tight game, you sit there and you go, whatever. Like we did after the
Game
Vancouver
2.
game. It's like, okay, like that wasn't bad. In isolation, that's not bad. It's the fact that it's that game, the first game. Okay, whatever. It's fucking just
So,
brutal,
I think
man.
if the Oilers blow the Jets out of the water in the next game, we need to do an emergency podcast just so we can talk positively about this team for a minute.
And Nashville was fun.
See,
That's what I'm saying.
I'd
love to do a Nashville.
and
episode.
even after the Nashville game, ends, I have buddies coming up. I told you, Jack Campbell, blah, blah, whatever. The Oilers, this. I was like, you know what? That game means nothing if you don't win the game on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, one of the
Well, not nothing, but it kind of means nothing, right? Like
Yeah.
all the positive, all the momentum you got out of the game against Nashville
wasted.
is now gone.
Yeah. Again, it looked like the Oilers thought last night was going to be a gimme.
Yeah.
And they saw what Philly did to Vancouver previous.
They choked them out.
That's actually a point Frank brought up on Daily Faceoff Live today, and it's Edmonton has their coach kind of semi-call him out after a game against Philly. Vancouver has their coach call him out after a game against Philly.
Did he ever?
Yeah, well, we had Talkett blasted him. But
Good.
maybe we're not giving enough credit to the Flyers. I know I certainly
That's
probably
fair. I
didn't.
mean,
They work hard.
they're a good team. We're a better team. We should have been able to beat them, but all the credit in the world to them.
Playing loose and free, there's something to say about that.
Yep.
When your team has no expectations.
And like it or not, their coach is very good at getting that type of a team going.
Mhm.
I like their coach.
I think Tortorella is a really good coach in any one-off situation where he can just change up the mentality of his team for that game. And
But it's not a one-off thing. He's been building this since he got there.
But yeah, I guess
He always has a shelf life.
yeah, that's true.
A lot of those coaches do, though.
Yep. It's that getting them up for those big games, right? Like against the Edmonton Oilers.
That's Dave Tippett. kind of ran to a point where you couldn't take the team any further, and it's time to thank you very much. Move on.
Arguably no mustache, no results.
Although I do, will give Torts credit. I like the little zip up jacket, like he's a minor hockey coach. No suit coat. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. It's cold in this rink.
You know damn well it's not that chilly.
Hey, he's getting older. Circulation is poor, allegedly, in my opinion. You know?
Yeah.
The good news is we've got some new line combos today.
Oh, this should help us.
And
Yeah, this will calm us down.
If you're looking for a little pick-me-up, you haven't seen these well, I've got a treat for you.
Look at your screen right now on YouTube.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I thought he was going to bring them up to depress everybody.
Gentlemen, let me walk through the 4 lines for you. Save your takes until we're done. And then I would like your opinions, please. Your new first line, Zach Hyman, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. Your new second line, Matthias Janmark, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Warren Fogle. Your new third line, Evander Kane, Ryan McLeod, Connor Brown. Fourth line, Adam Ernie, Dylan Holloway, Derek Ryan. Liam, your eyes are already closed.
Just, what are we doing? Like, I'm sorry.
I thought I fell for a fake Bob Stauffer account.
I did too.
I legitimately thought it was a fake Bob account. I'm like, well, these can't be true.
If you look too, Bob edited the tweet.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he thought it was a joke as well and felt like, haha, Oilers made these lines of practice today. And actually was like, oh shit, I actually did it. Why? Why? Like, Janmark played well last night. I get it. But like, there's a difference between playing well in 8 minutes, between playing well in 15 minutes. Dylan Holloway doesn't deserve to be on the 4th line. And I don't know.
You don't see being the 4th line center as a promotion.
No. Draisaitl and McDavid, they need to be split up. This team is better when they're split up, and the others need to play 11 and 7, which is still possible. And they better when they're more flexible. I don't know.
We put our 2 best players on the same line against Philly and it didn't work. So let's put our 3 best players on the same line against Winnipeg. Maybe it'll work.
We talked about all summer how this team actually has some depth now, and we're not even using it correctly.
Well, I mean, to be fair, none of the depth is doing anything right now. So
can you imagine fucking Holloway like on the ice on one knee and when he's like, all right, we're doing some line rushes. Here's what we're doing. And Holloway's like, oh, he hasn't said my name yet. What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
It's almost like he's punishing the rest of the team by making them play more.
Good. Everyone deserves to be punished or something. But first of all, there's only two guys on that in that whole thing that are really bad. Holloway and Janmark.
Maybe they're into punishment.
But besides the point,
Kane and Connor Brown have found themselves on the 3rd line in game 3.
we're a top 9 team. It's not a 3rd line thing. You're in 3 forward lines that are they're offensive. You want to drive with, you want 3 offensive lines. No,
What I would say about these lines.
that's what we have.
Yeah,
but we did this last year. He does this. He puts out weird ass lines the day before the game, and they're not the actual lines. So why are we even giving this a fucking the time of day to talk about it?
Doing that.
Like, why is the point in practice if you're not going to actually put your players together?
I think
It's the day before. Everyone's
players
like
should-
swapped up, man. I think we're
He
getting.
hasn't practicing shooting the other way. He's like, fuck it, who cares?
I think we just blow this out of proportion.
Here's my
Of course
thought.
we do. We're
They did this
Oilers
all
fans.
last year. They did it all time last year. Why would we sit there and make ourselves look funny? And we're like, we've been down this road already.
But
I guess
Oilers-
I'm confused why we're mixing them up this quickly. Like, there's been no time to develop. There's a couple
Nothing's
things on
worked.
here. I don't mind pulling Kane off the first line at all.
I think it's deserved.
Now, would I have taken Hyman off the Fogle Nuge line? Probably not. I would have put McLeod up there instead to see, or not McLeod, Holloway up there instead just to see what kind of happens. Just the way it's shuffled is odd to me today.
I'm with you.
Yeah, and see, you move Kane down a little bit. It takes away his competition level. It gives him an opportunity to start get going.
I think Kane McLeod Brown actually has a chance to be an effective line.
I like the 3rd line we had last night.
I'm just surprised that the janitor got the bump up.
I actually thought he was okay against Philly too.
I don't have no problem
Probably
with
his best game of the year, but it wasn't good enough to be like nice. 15 minutes of that.
You've got Dylan Holloway, who's an offensive player that's arguably been the most consistent forward in terms of like effort. And he's going
That's
down
nice
as
to
the
see.
4th line.
All I know is this. All I'm saying is these are most likely not the lines come the game. So
Well,
I'm
chance of a
not
second
even going
period,
to
they're
fucking
gonna
give him a
spun
second
around.
look.
I retweeted the line combos and someone responded, shout out to Patrick, said, I'm against elevating Janmark unless it's into the sun.
Oh my goodness.
How dare you?
Impressive.
See,
Blue line's the same though.
yes.
They should go 11-7 tomorrow.
They need to so bad.
Yeah, they go 11-7.
I don't think Ernie will play tomorrow.
I would, yeah.
That was his best game as an Edmonton Oiler. Why?
I don't think he should play for the Edmonton Oilers.
That was a great game by him.
Bring up Lavoie.
4-0 if they do have him.
Brad Malone.
I gotta recycle my jokes.
Go 11-7 and roll Connor and Leon down the middle amongst a bunch of different winger pairs.
11-7 gives you the opportunity to get some matchups.
And we can still match up
more
our D against.
favorable
Yeah.
for the Oilers when you can rotate Connor and Leon through that.
I think they
fourth
should
line.
claim this Foodie guy.
I wouldn't hate a claim on Liam Foodie.
He's on waivers today. What is he? 23?
Yeah.
7,000.
Listen, just because you have a side hustle doesn't mean you're going to play for the Edmonton Oilers.
But
What number did you say?
he's 760K on the cap.
Mm-hmm.
He's a centerman.
Oh, yeah. Everybody at this price can be that price.
But he's 23. He's got some speed. He'd probably be better at center than what Janmark is, and you can play Janmark in his position on the left, and put Ernie on his two-way.
Can't be more ineffective than Ernie.
Bakersfield. Yeah, like why not?
When does your boy Lane get an opportunity?
Lame or Lane?
Lane.
Peterson?
Yeah, either or.
I don't know. I'd be fine if they did it. Like I just think that fourth line's really been bad through 3 games.
Not been good.
Needs more speed.
The fourth line is always what it is to me. I'm more concerned about the lack of general scoring from the top 9.
That's fair too. Like when Evander Kane's been on the ice at 5-on-5, the Oilers have been outscored 6-1.
It's
that
the heart.
bad?
It's the lack of heartbeat for me right now. It's annoying me.
Yeah.
But maybe some fresh blood would give you a bit more of a heartbeat.
I'm telling you, I was going to give you a heartbeat, and it's an LA Kings style scrap game.
Nobody thought Klim Kostin's recall was going to be that significant last year, and sure shit it was. So you just never know if you get some fresh blood in here.
Nothing brings the boys together like a line brawl or crimes.
Oilers need to commit small crimes.
But like as a group, like in Ocean's 11, where there's hijinks and shenanigans and fun.
Heist.
Yeah, a heist. Maybe that's what they need.
They just need a good heist movie. Like
A
every
heist
team.
movie or a car chase.
Oilers
It
plus.
works for Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel hasn't lost in 10 movies. Why?
Family.
Passion and family.
Family's a great answer.
Oh, that's good.
Let us know what you think about the new line combos, ON Radio and
about
ON Radio
family.
Podcast, Twitter and Instagram.
Tell
And
everybody.
just hit us up about your family. How are they? Have you raced a submarine by any chance? Have you taken your car to space? I would like to know the answers to these questions. Okay, just to finish up the line combos conversation, how would you rewrite them? You are Coach Woodcroft. You got the whiteboard. You got the Sharpie. Figure it out. Dan, what do you got?
Well, I would go down the middle with the 3 again. So I put McDavid, Draisaitl, and Nuge. And then I would go like in the center position, sorry. And then building from the center positions, I would put Holloway up with McDavid. And yeah, I'm just trying to think of who I'd put with him. I guess this is not easy in the sense that you're just slotting in people, but I guess, Hyman. Maybe
That'd be my top line.
Number 2, Draisaitl. You got to have. I think Fogel's probably in that spot right now, and then, man, I don't even know what else.
I would go Holloway, McDavid, Hyman, Draisaitl with Nuge and McLeod. Understanding one of them's on their off wing, don't care. I wouldn't do that. I would do Draisaitl with Kane and Nugent Hopkins, McLeod with Brown and Fogel.
Anybody disagree? Any other alterations?
What did I do on the other show? I did McDavid with Holloway and Brown, Dry with Kane and McLeod, and then my third line was Nuge, Hyman, and Fogel because they've been very good together. And then I would also go 11-7.
I love how Holloway's playing, but I'm not putting him on the first line yet. That's way too much for him right now. Allow him to get some traction. He hasn't scored a point yet, right? So I'm going Connor, Hyman, Nuge.
Isn't that okay.
And then I'm going Leon with Fogel and maybe Holloway there. But you can't, I think McLeod needs to be your third line center. And then you got McLeod, you have Brown, and whoever else I'm missing on the left side.
Nuge.
No, he's on the first line.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have no internet here, so I'm just going off my brain, and
Fogle.
I got him on the second line.
For me, is whatever line combinations we use, just use them for like 3 or 4 games, and just let's see what we have with them before
I'd
we
be
go to the
fine with
blender.
that.
That's my thing.
Blender's been spinning a lot.
I don't
mind it though, because there's no heartbeat. You can't expect them to change anything. If you just keep putting out the same lines and they keep doing the same thing, like as a coach, you got to do something.
But like we get a little bit of chemistry out of.
We haven't got any chemistry.
The second line against Nashville was buzzing.
It was Nashville.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it
Get some
does.
chemistry out of that. Now we're broken them up again. Broken up.
That's what I would agree with.
It's just consistency for me, Rick. It's just honestly.
But there's no heartbeat. You can put all the same guys exactly where you want them, but if they don't come out there and take it from within, it doesn't matter who you put together.
It's also hard to develop. To Dan's point, I think it's hard to develop chemistry if you're with somebody for 15 minutes of ice time and then not again.
And then not even in practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many of these guys have played together for the last 3 or 4 years? I don't think chemistry is that. I don't think chemistry is that. I think chemistry is getting overvalued right now.
I don't, because like I've been watching a lot of Penguins games lately, and that's another team that's been together obviously 100 years. They know exactly where they're all going.
Yeah.
Where the Oilers don't look like that at all right now.
Vander Kane and Connor McDavid skated into each other.
And like, I'd be lying if I said I didn't poo myself just a little when I saw Connor trying to shake that knee out a little bit. Didn't miss a shift. It was all fine. But in the moment, by the way, how bad can a shift go? Kane and McDavid run into each other, and then Philly goes down and scores effectively a tap in.
Well, and was that the shift that Stahl got injured too? And
the one right after
for weeks. Oh, okay. I was right.
I think it's right after, because then they kept looking at him. I'm like, well, that's cool. Like, I feel bad for him, but can we just like go to the left a little bit and just make sure that 97's still okay?
Can we just talk about the fact that Stahl is becoming gritty slowly as the seasons go on?
Kind of.
Unreal. Unreal. He was like hunched down. I was like, is that gritty or is that a player? Anyways.
Ultimately, I'm mad at Hunter for not taking matters into his own hands and doing something to turn the tides. You know?
Yeah.
Just shows up and mauls Gritty in the middle.
I think we just start bringing him on the plane.
Somebody's got to. You know?
Just have him sitting right behind the bench the entire game.
But always buy him a
whatever
seat.
you got to do.
Always buy him a seat. Fuck, that'd be great. Anyway, we shall see what we get tomorrow for the Winnipeg Jets. We are going to do a Jets preview in just a moment. But first, for our friends at DoorDash, gentlemen, it's time to think about who delivered last night. Who delivered? For limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the code NATION25. That's 25% off, up to $10 value, and zero delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code NATION25. Don't forget, Nation25 or 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Offer valid in Canada only, subject to change. Terms do apply. I will be blending worlds. I will be using DoorDash to order a bunch of Wendy's. I will build myself a pyramid of JBCs, and I will eat my way out of the problem.
I dig it.
Smart man.
Yep,
you know,
that's clever.
I got to do my part to turn this thing around. And that's where we're at. So, gentlemen, for our friends at DoorDash, who delivered? It's a very wide open question. It could be the Oilers. It can be the Flyers. It could be something else entirely. Liam.
I thought Bobby Brink was pretty good last night for the Flyers. I liked him a lot. Thought he delivered.
Tyler, who delivered for you last night?
I mean, we haven't done an episode since
Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like I'm allowed to go back to the Nashville game.
Should be able to.
I want to give a shout out to Soup for bouncing back. That was his best regular season start as an Oiler.
He was great.
And I wanted to give again, he had statistically better starts last year, but they were like late in the season against Anaheim and San Jose. Nashville was his best start as an Oiler. I'm very confident in saying that. So I want to give Soup some love.
He was solid.
Yep. Really
solid.
That Scorpion save for a while.
Yep. That was
Great
a nice
save.
stop.
Hell of a stop. Rick, who delivered for you last night?
That was going to be my answer, but I think there's at least one forward out there who get the 2, and it'll be Dylan Holloway. Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, we're not putting up any points right now, so I guess you really can't hold that against them because no one's put them up. But at least the give a shit meter it's registering out there, so he's doing something. We just need everyone else to play like it.
Dan, for our friends at DoorDash, who delivered?
It's a little negative, but it's the Edmonton Oilers, and they delivered a win to the Philadelphia Flyers, in my opinion. Really feel like they let that one go. Had every opportunity to be in that game in the mix and just didn't have it. So the Edmonton Oilers delivered.
For me, I'm going to go back to Tuesday's game as well. Not on the ice, though. Gene Principe delivered on Tuesday by finishing his
Good for
bit.
him. Good for him.
He wasn't going to let a floor hot dog ruin his bit. He picked that baby up, dusted it off, and crammed it in his mouth.
No, I like
Didn't
that.
bother me until Jack and oh my God,
Louis.
Louis were bantering back and forth and being like, "That's outside of an NHL locker room."
Yeah.
There's something to be said about
And
that.
then I thought, "Oh yeah,
When I saw it during, like, when it was happening, I was like, was that on the floor?
yeah."
That's where everybody gets changed and, like, it's all sweaty and gross. And I was like, you know what? Committed to the bit.
Wow, that was on the outside. So you're only getting dirty shoes and skates at that point.
Nah, it's fine.
Never know.
So, Gene Principe, you delivered. You always do, my friend. You have for decades now. How long has Gene been around?
Decade.
Oh, more
He
than
was
that.
he was with the A Channel team.
He was with
wasn't
A Channel. I
Yeah.
believe so.
He's been in Edmonton forever.
he? Yeah,
Institution, you'd say. That always delivers. Again, Nation promo code, or the promo code Nation15, 25% off your order up to $10 value, 0 delivery fees on your first order. Go download the DoorDash app in the App Store. Save yourself some money, get yourself something to eat.
That
You know?
code again is.
Nation 25.
There we go.
Ding dong.
Well, gentlemen, it hurts sometimes. Thankfully, Ask the Idiots is going to make us feel a lot better.
Everybody hurts.
Spoiler. It's probably not going to make you feel better. For our friends at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino, they've got races going on every weekend. You're going to want to be out there. You're going to want to bet on the ponies. But if you're not betting on the ponies, you pop on into the casino, play a little craps. You head on back up for the buffet. You have yourself a weekend. Century Mile Racetrack and
I love
Casino. Go check out the horses. Go check out Shark Week. Brett Holden did an interview with Shark Week. It was riveting.
Shock.
Oh, the horse named
it's a
Shark Week.
horse.
That's right.
I got you.
It's the horse named
Summer
Shark Week.
activity.
Yeah, I didn't think this is Shark Week at all. Bag milk.
Did watch Jaws the other day, actually.
Shark Week, the horse performs year round, gentlemen.
Halloween movie.
Okay.
Is Jaws a Halloween movie?
No, it's more of a
what
summer
sense?
movie.
Unless you want to dress like the shark.
Zero.
Who? What?
Okay, so
I'm fairly certain they're at their Labor Day weekend, I
I went
think.
to a Halloween watch party. And
Did you watch Halloween movies?
No, yeah. So there was a classic and then there was like a new one. So the classic was Jaws and the new one was The Conjuring, which I didn't watch because it's scary and I went home. But I watched Jaws.
We are also doing a spooky season spectacular at the Castle Milk. The Halloween movie series with Michael Myers is arguably the least scary Thrasher series of all time. Frankly, I find them to be hilarious. And now I've become to quite enjoy them. So maybe check those out, Liam.
Maybe they're all. But they're
You know?
spooky.
There's something funny about Michael Myers plodding around and he's like Pepe Le Pew without chasing the cat and sexually
just always
assaulting it,
wondered how they-
allegedly, in my opinion.
Don't get away from it. Kind of weird. Anyways.
Sexually assaulting the cat.
Ask the Idiots, boys. We're gonna start you off with a lob down center. Tyler, Halloween just around the corner. I thought this would be a great question. This is Dan, not this Dan, different Dan.
Got it.
Thankfully, multiple Dans out there.
Allegedly.
If you were a chocolate bar, which one would you be and why, Tyler?
I'll say Kit Kat.
Did you like a break?
Because there's two of you.
Smooth outside, crunchy inside.
Gross.
Crusty inside.
Tyler's got no hair south of his eyebrows. Rick, what kind of chocolate bar are you?
I don't even know, man. Like, I'm not a chocolate person. Coffee Crisp. It's about the only one I like, and it's Canadian.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's cool. It is only available
I didn't
in
know
Canada.
Nice.
Dan, what kind of chocolate bar are you?
I'm an old man. It's not even chocolate.
Were those original?
An Eat More bar.
Oh,
I'm a Macintosh caramel.
Ooh, yeah.
Dark toffee.
Liam, what kind of chocolate bar are you?
Yorkie?
Is that the one that you told us about?
yeah. Now I'm really questioning why
Is
he's.
that the one that was
Yeah,
just like
why
only
we-
for boys or whatever?
Yep. Mhm.
Milky Bar.
Milky Bar?
Because you're milky.
Tasty.
I'm going to call myself an O. Henry. I'm a little nutty and I'm kind of lumpy.
Oh. Okay.
Liam, you're up next. Ask the Idiots for our friends at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Oh, fuck. Apart from the $2.7 million cap hit, boneheaded plays, and breakaway record worse than Stevie Wonder's, what does Warren Fogle bring to the table?
I think he's been good. Okay, guys, sorry.
What does he bring?
So can we
I'm
list?
just reading what
Can
I
we
got.
list what they said are the things that he does bring?
A $2.75 million cap hit,
Correct.
boneheaded plays,
Okay.
and a breakaway record worse than Stevie Wonder.
That's so mean.
I think he brings a good effort when he's in the top six. I think when he's on like the third or fourth line or whatever, it's not as good. But when he plays with skill players, I find him to be more effective.
I'm jumping in next. I actually don't think Warren Fogle's been a problem at all.
I don't agree with that.
Tenacious on the
so
forecheck.
I don't agree with this question at all. Rick, you're up.
Yeah, no, I don't agree either. Also, like this person must be kind of young.
I don't think so.
Because then they don't know who the Todd Marchant is. Because I promise you,
Yeah, I don't think so.
Fogle's breakaway record is better than Toddy.
Maybe this is Stevie Wonder.
Maybe it was Todd Marchand who asked.
That's fair.
I'm going to say he brings a tenacious forecheck and actually a pretty heavy wrist shot. So
Even when he's in the bottom six, man, when he plays that third line, I think he brings an element to the game that we really don't have.
Dan, tell me about Fogle.
He brings a nickname that can't be beat on this team.
True.
McLovin.
Nobody's talking about that.
And the other part of it is he's not the biggest issue. So yeah, I don't know.
Everyone missed his biggest positive is we got from TSN when they were talking about him. He's a pickup truck guy. Pickup truck guys are good guys. I think that was the quote from who's the curly hair guy that used to be the GM for the Flames? Craig Button. Craig Button. He was talking, Craig Button was breaking down Warren Fogle a long time ago. And he said, you know what? He's a good guy. He drives a pickup truck.
Oh, thanks.
Obvious.
And
I hope
also,
Craig Button's nickname is Zipper.
that's funny.
Right?
can we stop with the Stevie Wonder hate? The guy did an amazing Polaroid camera commercial already.
Really?
See that?
Couple of good songs.
Oh man.
Yeah, just a couple. All right, so this one's going to take some thought. So I'm going to give you the question first, and then we're going to skip to the next one and we'll revisit because it's going to take a minute, okay? This one comes in from Sam. You are writing a 90s style romantic comedy based on one or more of the current Oilers roster, but I want you to use their name as a pun within the title. Does that make sense?
Christmas.
What the hell are we doing?
You have to come up with
that your
a
answer?
TV show title
Come on, you guys.
using player names within the title. Okay? So think about that. We're going to move on to the next question. I'll come back and I'll revisit. Okay? Tyler's face is great.
Okay, I think I got one.
See, there we go. This question is simple. Ask the idiots for our friends at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Rick, this one comes in from Kevin. How the hell do we fix this?
Well, Kevin, I have no fucking idea. It's from within. It's all the guys with skates on their feet. The roster's good enough. Now it's up to them. Period. Hands down. There's the coach is fine. The GM's fine. The roster's good. It's the guys with the skates on their feet. They need to go out there and do it now. That's strictly it. There's
Amen.
nothing else you can say about it.
Yes.
Tyler, how the hell do we fix this?
Better effort. You need to actually go out and understand there's no easy nights in the NHL. You got to bring it every night, and you're not going to win games if you aren't bringing it. So they just need to put in more of an effort.
Liam, how the hell do we fix it?
Same thing those two guys just said.
Dan?
To steal from the great Craig McTavish, they need to be visually better. Honestly, I think we said it. If they had gone out in that game and lost to the Philadelphia Flyers 4-1, but had punched a bunch of people, we might feel differently about that game. So I think that I want to see something different from this team, whether it's scoring more goals than the Winnipeg Jets or it's beating the snot out of them. I just want to see something different.
How do we fix this, Kevin? Well, I would like to see the Oilers execute on what they said all summer, which was we're going to be better defensively. We're going to commit to defense. We're going to play from the crease outward. I have yet to see it. Let's get back to basics. Let's simplify the game a little bit. I find them when the Oilers are at their best, they're playing a simple game, as weird as that is to say with the skill that they have on the lineup, but it's true. Shoot pucks, get to the net, crash the crease.
Yep.
Let's get greasy. Garbage goals are just as beautiful to me. They're just as beautiful. All right, gentlemen, you've had time to think now.
Yep.
Liam, you said you had something going here.
Can you repeat the question again?
You are writing a 90s style romantic comedy based on one or more of the current Oilers rosters, and you need to use their name as a pun within the title. What do you got?
Mine's called The High Man, and it's about someone who smokes a little bit of weed every now and then, but to falls in love with this young woman, but they can't fall in love until he shakes his habit.
Okay.
I hate you.
There you go.
What, is that your idea?
No.
Liam wrote a show about Towley from South Park. Tyler,
I didn't know we had to explain the plot.
Yeah, I'd like you to explain the plot.
Okay, so mine will be on McLeod 9.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
About a guy who just manages to pull an absolute smoke show girl way out of his league. And the show can be about just his day-to-day hijinks, being like, she's probably going to leave me.
He smokes a little pot.
And he smokes weed.
Just get a little high.
Yeah, there's mine.
What is your sitcom using player names as puns?
2 Ryans in a Matthias place. It's going to be Ryan McLeod and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins living together in Matthias Ekholm's home, raising his kid for him.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And they fall in love.
And they fall in love.
Somebody's got to fall in love. Rick, what's your TV show with some player pun names?
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be a romantic one, but it's a guy gets out of a well, maybe in the long run, but it's a guy who gets out of a bad relationship and succeeds in life later on, and it's no soup for you.
That's pretty good.
Mine is going to be called Holloway with Holloway. It is a dating show.
Oh, that's a good one.
We are going to, similar to Catch and Kelsey, we're going to have Dylan Holloway parading the streets of Edmonton, dating females, and having, a contest for his love. I think this would not be a distraction at all. I think that the players around him would love it. So Holloway with Holloway is my shitty idea that I came up with.
I dig it.
We'll have theme songs for each of these next week.
I'm impressed everyone came up with them, because there's a point there I was like, man, I don't even know. I'm not even trying.
Came to me instantly.
If Tyler did it, then I have to play along too.
My second show, No Way, Desharnais. That's not. That one's not a romantic comedy though. That one's a gritty crime scene drama.
No Way Desharnais, about a guy who's just trying to find love but keeps getting rejected.
And he's a cop that's just been kicked off the force.
That's not a thing.
Show me what you see.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
We're grasping that stride.
Endless.
Surprised no one went with a Darnell Nurse one.
Yeah, it was too easy.
I couldn't think of one.
It was too easy. Yes, nurse. He works an award. He's becoming a nurse whilst
in the
also-
war.
Yeah, in the war. Yeah, and he's also trying to find love.
Skin Her, about a guy who falls in love with women and then murders them and skins them.
Kind of like Dexter.
Yeah.
If
like
it's
that-
Brown, Flush It Down, where he is now a plumber finding love on his calls, his service calls.
Yeah, I think these will all be
A
accepted.
plumber finding love on his service calls, eh?
The wrath.
Something tells me he's been watching a couple too many internet movies.
What do you mean? What kind of movie?
Exactly.
McDaddy.
Mick Stepdaddy.
Too wet to be dry.
All right, so this is turned into a porn segment. That's very exciting.
No. This is about weather and the people who love weathermen.
Yeah.
But Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Mick Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. There you go. That could have been mine.
Or it could just be McCloud.
Mick Cloud.
McCloud.
Mick Cloud.
Okay, what have we got?
And we've extracted every ounce of
we're done.
Someone get Kennedy.
And we'll step aside for a quick break. Get to Kennedy's
Ask the
kid.
Idiots brought to you by Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. What a segment. Please slide into my DMs with better questions than those. I would appreciate it. If those were your questions, I apologize.
Message from the coaches: do better.
Stay tuned on Global for Too Dry to Be Wet, kicking off in November. Anyway, we're gonna stop for a quick ad.
Yep.
Then we're gonna bring Kennedy in for the quote game for our friends up there at Blue Cross. That was a great ad. I personally endorse the product or service you just learned about.
It was just our movies that we just talked about.
When we go on an ad break, does the YouTube stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Liam edits it.
Wow. Fancy.
We're not live.
There's
YouTube
a lot of
knows what
things
they're
that happen
doing.
here behind the scenes. You know?
Does Liam edit it?
Does Liam edit it? Does the video go up?
Do we
Are
have
our
Dan open
TV
the door?
ideas the best you've ever heard? The answer is yes to all of them. Kennedy, you're going to have to ignore that segment probably. I don't want any of those in Kennedy's quotes game in a future episode.
No,
Those are pretty easy to guess who
you
said
guys
who,
will
though.
remember who said Mick Stepdaddy?
For our friends at the Alberta Blue Cross, there's only one thing better than sharing memories, and that's making new ones. Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance protects your memories and more wherever travel takes you. Visit ab.bluecross.ca/travel for more information. ab.bluecross.ca/travel. In under a month, we are going to be making some new memories when we do a nation vacation down to Seattle. We're going to watch some hockey. We're going to watch some foosball. And thanks to our friends at AMA Travel, we will be secure and insured while we do it. If you're new to the podcast, we've got Kennedy sitting in with us now. She has gone through past episodes of this horrible podcast you've decided to listen to and picked out quotes from all of us. And we have to try and guess which one of us said it. Simple as that, really. Turn it over to Kennedy.
Get your pens and papers out. We're just gonna jump right into it. Okay, first quote is it's very Oilers Twitter.
Okay.
I'm off to a bad start already. It's very Oilers Twitter.
Could be any of us.
I can't wait to hear what was very Oilers Twitter.
Okay, number 2 is this is also a city that had a guy drive around with a Kevin Lowe billboard behind it that said "Fire Kevin Lowe."
Ooh.
Whoever
Okay.
said that better remember.
Are all of those me? I feel like I've said both of these.
Mouthful.
All right, number 3 is Dylan Holloway never stops growing.
Never stops growing?
Ties into our last segment.
We
can take that out.
first.
We're going to stop
This
laughing
podcast
before we can
is
take it out.
Nothing else. Stay.
Okay.
Okay, number 4, and the machine just went everywhere, fucking everywhere.
Golly Wally. Okay.
I was like, I don't know, you guys said this stuff.
I like Liamisms.
Okay, number 5. I gotta admit, when Tyler said Murray and Broberg are both hurt, he said Murray Broberg, and I just thought, are we inventing new people now?
Oh no, this is not good.
This is really not good.
Are you sure these aren't all just bag milk? Because I ate just a BM for 5.
No, they're actually all Wanye.
Oh, that would not shock me.
Okay, number 6. Let me eat a couple bites of my hot dog here.
Oh God. Okay, well,
I am predicting an offer on Team Bag Milk today.
what's number 1?
Who's the only one that eats on the podcast?
It's very Oilers Twitter.
Boy, I might go for 6.
Okay, let's do it.
I've got faith.
Alrighty, number 1, it's very Oilers Twitter. What everybody?
I had Tyler.
I guess bagged milk.
I had Tyler.
Myself.
I have me. Not
No,
worth a response.
Oh,
It's
no,
not worth a
it's-
response.
It's ridiculous. I just think it's completely unreasonable to put it on him.
It's very Oilers Twitter as well.
Well, Liam, you had not feeling so confident anymore.
Yeah.
Well, me
Offense is
neither,
going
because I
down
have
the drain.
bag milk 3 times.
Really hedging your bets there. Good for you.
Yeah, I didn't get myself in this yet.
Okay, number 2, this is also a city that had a guy drive around with a Kevin Lowe billboard behind it that said "Fire Kevin Lowe."
I said that's me.
I said me.
I said, damn.
I said Rick.
I have Dan.
And here's the audio.
Bottom seat or bottom floor right now is
Yep.
500. So
Yeah.
that's
And
not
so,
the end of the world.
you know, I get it from the standpoint of like, this is also a city that had a guy drive around with a Kevin Lowe billboard behind it that said "Fire Kevin Lowe" for years and years and years. When
Yeah. Good one.
0 for 2. We're starting off great.
I think I'll be 0 for 3.
Okay, number 3, Dylan Holloway never stops growing.
Just Liam, it's a weird thing to say, so that's why I said Liam.
I also said Liam for the exact same reason.
Oh, well, thank you. I said BM.
I said Dan.
I have Tyler.
Wow.
Well,
By the time he's like 20 feet, 3, 24, 25, he's going to be
All
huge.
20 feet.
Or
20 feet.
When he gets to 20 feet, he's going to be unstoppable.
That'll-
You can't stop that. The wingspan is outrageous.
Dylan Holloway never stops growing.
Anything else stick out to you guys about the last?
Are you
Call it out,
perfect?
Rick.
I'm 3 for 3.
Damn.
First two, I was pretty easy on. That third one, I didn't know.
okay, number 4, and the machine just went fucking everywhere.
That's me. I tend to say potty words.
Oh, that's fair. I said
You guys all swear.
BM.
Liam.
I never fucking
I
swear.
have BM. I'm definitely a swearer.
I never swear. Put it on the thing, and I saw that there was the do you know they have the fake cheese?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I pushed the button, and the machine just went fucking everywhere. Absolutely. So when I got a hot dog at Circle K.
Typed.
It's because you said button, not button.
Ah,
Yes. Please.
Still in the Ophir Club over here.
I got one.
Okay, number 5, I gotta admit, when Tyler said Murray and Broberg are both hurt, he said Murray Broberg, and I just thought, are we inventing new people now?
Dan.
I said Rick.
I said BM.
I said BM.
I have Liam. The inventing new people part, I feel like, was you.
I think that we had concerns coming into the season about just the overall effectiveness. And I got to admit, when Tyler said that Murray and Broberg are both hurt, he said Murray Broberg. And that just, I was like, are we inventing people now? Murray Broberg? Who?
Fuck yeah. 2 for 2 in a row.
I thought Murray Broberg was a character on Letterkenny.
Got BM on my third guess.
Damn. All right.
You guessed it third time.
All right, last one. Number 6, let me eat a couple bites of my hot dog here.
I got one opportunity to get on the board here. I've got Rick.
I got Tyler.
I have Rick.
Liam.
See, it can't be Liam. He's a cheeseburger guy. I have meat
Rick?
just because of the hot dog.
Yeah.
Not
Just-
the same
just
cars or whatever, but
slower.
you get to understand. You understand the whole. Whoom. All right, well, need some. Yeah, a couple bites of the hot dog here. Whoom. All right, what else?
Damn.
It's the hot dog thing.
I got 2.
I got
One.
3.
1.
4.
Rick is the big winner. He seems to be good at this game.
Yep.
For our friends.
I don't know if we've kept track over the years, the weeks or whatever. I feel like I'm at like 500 or better all the time.
We'll have to do math.
And I feel like it upsets you, and that makes me even happier.
Rick puts thought into this.
Well, there is zero thought.
I go by feel, and I felt nothing.
I try to listen to your guys' voices.
Yeah. There's Kennedy's quotes.
Thanks,
game
Kennedy.
for our friends at
We're
Alberta
getting
Blue
annoyed at your
Cross.
game because it's too good.
Bye.
It's getting
I'm not
harder.
annoyed. I
For the next game.
quite
I feel like
enjoy
it's
it.
getting harder. Kennedy's also, by the way, working on a new game for Tuesday. We're going to workshop that one. We gave it a test drive at HQ yesterday. And I think it's going to be a fun one to play on Tuesday. So another game from Kennedy coming for Tuesday. Word association.
So did Waz get bumped?
No, I think we should do a rotation.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Waz, you did not win.
No, I think that, don't you guys think it would be better to have like a rotation?
100%.
Games on Tuesdays?
I'm fine with that.
I feel bad for them having to come up with a contest every damn week.
I wanted it.
I can barely come up with hot and cold performers every week.
Well, it is hard, you know. It's difficult. Before we get to hot and cold performers, gentlemen, let's look ahead at the Winnipeg Jets. They are playing here tomorrow, Hockey Night Canada. It's the late game. Obviously, the Oilers, they should be pissed off about last night. The Jets, however, have also started the season at 1-3. So looking ahead at Winnipeg, Liam, what do you think? Well, first of all, what do the Oilers have to do to get this thing back on the rails? And just what do you expect from this matchup against the Jets?
I think it'll be a tough matchup. I think Winnipeg is just always that team that's consistently competitively good, right? Like they got a lot of good players. Obviously, Connor Hellebuck is elite, arguably the best goalie in the league on his night. So it's going to be tough, but the others just got to start well, which seems very obvious. But like you look at the two games where they have done that, like the Vancouver game, they start out really, really well and get on top of things, and then they took the foot off the pedal and they went to shit. And then you go out against Nashville and Jack Campbell steals a show right away, and then the others back it up with some goals. So they've Again, it's just the effort. That's the only thing that's really going to dictate this game is if the Oilers try. There you go.
Tyler, what are you expecting from tomorrow night against Winnipeg?
I'm expecting a high scoring game. Actually, the Oilers or Connor Hellebuck's career numbers against the Oilers actually like aren't elite. They got to him in their last 2 games against them. But I also look at this Jets team, Connor, Scheifele, Ehlers, Perfetti, like even those new guys they got from LA, the 2 that are in the lineup have been off to good starts. Iafallo and Kapari. They're a talented team. So I think they're going to find a way to score a little bit. The Oilers are going to obviously have to be at their best. I think this is a tougher matchup despite their 1-3 record than they've had against Vancouver or Philly. So they got to dig deep and bring it here.
Rick, what do you think?
They got to play to their best game. Winnipeg knows us very well. Winnipeg plays us very well. They match up against us very well. Yep. If they don't come out and play to their best abilities, Winnipeg's going to do to us what Vancouver did in the first game.
Dan?
The Oilers, I feel like finally broke through the Hellebuck wall last season. And so that gives me some confidence, but yeah, I mean, this is a better Winnipeg Jets team ahead of Connor Hellebuck than we've seen in previous years. Whereas Pionk was kind of the one burr in our saddle for a few years. They've got a lot of different.
They have a gigantic defenseman too.
Brendan Dillon.
Nope.
Oh, Logan Stanley.
Yep.
Yeah. That guy's a tall drink of water.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is solid too. So the Oilers, like, Winnipeg's not going to give them anything tomorrow.
They play a well-structured game, so we need to come out and do our thing.
Oilers have to keep it tight, but again, that goes back to what I was saying, like, play a simple game. When they play a simple game, they're the most effective that they can.
And all they have to do is play simple for the first little bit. Once you get some momentum going, then you can start getting funky and fresh and do your thing. And
They're
but till then,
too much.
Yeah. Go out there and bang home some goals first, and then you can get to that part.
100%. We'll see what happens. But tomorrow, I hate saying must win stuff because it's obviously not. But like spiritually, you got to get this going here.
Mm-hmm. Must effort.
The spirit, the 5 in this room need it.
All of us need it.
I think they're. I think
right now,
they literally are fine. The team is fine. They have confidence in themselves, and they don't get too high, don't get too low. I, however, am not the exact same way.
I am a mess. So please figure it out, Edmonton. I would rather not be stomping around my house tomorrow night, throwing empty cans around. Mm-hmm. I want to drink a celebratory Crown Royal. You know, I don't think that's too much to ask, Dan.
Crown doesn't come in a can.
I don't. Well, you know what I mean. Can bottle. Time for hot and cold performers, boys. Let's wrap up the podcast here. Let's start with our veggies as we always do. But first, I got to give a shout out to our friends at Greta. They are our official bar partner for the season. We have got events coming up all season long, including we're putting something together for a pre and post outdoor game festivities.
It'll be fun.
So we'll have some more details on that coming up next week. So just keep yourself tuned into our social media and we will get you the details. Greta, go down and play some vids, grab something to eat, have yourself a drink. That's where we're going to be all season long. We are going to start off with our veggies as we always do, gentlemen. It is our cold performer of the week. Down at the end of the line is Nation Dan. You were up first. Your Greta, cold performer of the week.
This one's going to be super selfish. It was just my day yesterday. It was supposed to be a hour process to get my car in and get it fixed from a minor accident we had last month. And that took me 4.5 hours to get through that. So if you have $2,000 or more of damage in Edmonton, you have to go to one of the new collision centers and plan ahead to have some time because it is a nightmare in there.
Are you thrilled? I'm not.
Liam, for Greta, your cold performer of the week.
Cold performer of the week is my phone service. It stinks everywhere on this planet and I cannot accept phone calls.
Worse.
Liam's not ignoring you. He's just not getting your calls.
I was going to say, are you sure you didn't just mute them and you forgot?
In real life.
No, but I do have the Winnipeg Jets muted on Twitter.
Worse.
Our playoff sweep a few years ago.
Worse.
Doesn't get over things very quickly, does it?
Worse.
Tyler, your Greta cold performer of the week.
Yes, and Puljujärvi seems to be back and ready to go. A video was posted of him skating with the puck. And first off, good for Yessa. I hope he gets a crack somewhere in the NHL. My cold performer are the people who are like, he's back. He's ready. He's a professional hockey player doing impressive things on the ice, sure, but that does not mean he's like suddenly a top 6 guy. So stop suggesting it. The reaction to the Puljujärvi video is my cold performer.
Oh, that's cold.
That caught me off guard for a second. I didn't know
Yeah,
what it was. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, but cool performance. The fact that Yesli Puljujärvi's healthy.
Now, for that video that you're referring to, though, I think what he's doing is impressive for a guy who had double hip surgery 4 months ago. So that part of it, but yes, I mean,
doesn't mean
let's not. I didn't read anything else. Like, yeah, that's just one step at a time here.
Oilers let this guy go for nothing.
No, we got a player out of it.
There was the guy that
that guy didn't matter. We got him.
Fair.
True.
We just chose not to use him. That's all.
Nothing.
And guys got it's fine.
Rick, your cold form of the week.
Well, you know what? I was going to say the team, and I'm not trying to piggyback off you, Liam, but I just got a new phone the other day, like yesterday.
Not just me.
And they were like, just do it at home, activate it at home, saved you a couple bucks, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. They're like, it just happens. Just goes together. It's been 24 hours. I'm still trying to figure out how to get some bits and pieces over here. It's still the same exact. It's an iPhone. It was an iPhone. I have a computer. I have an iPad. Everything else works together. Why the hell doesn't this thing work together?
Dude, they told me that too. I went and did it. iPhone to iPhone. Took 36 hours for me to start getting texts again.
Dude, and on my phone right now says SOS. Like, I don't know if I should help it out or something, or if I'm in trouble.
There's a person trapped in your phone.
Boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You guys have all got personal things going on. I am going right back to the Edmonton Oilers. We are talking about 80 minutes of third period action and not a single goal from a team that was the highest scoring offense in the NHL. It's just not good enough. Oilers offense, specifically in the third period. I hate you right now.
Are you thrilled? I'm not.
Whammy.
You know?
So I wish they would have come out that third period against Nashville and like foot on the throat.
Yeah.
Because even last night with like 3 minutes to go, Philly was coming out there still trying to score a goal. So guys, get over this whole, we don't want to run up the score. I want you to make every other team cry by the time the game's over.
Run up the score.
Please.
I don't care anymore.
No.
They are just fucking ass right now.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Let's finish off the podcast on a bright side. Let's finish off with some positivity here, gentlemen. Reversing the order, Rick, you're up first. Your Greta Hot Performer of the Week.
Soup.
Any other context or just...
Well, I mean, everyone watched the game, so...
Woo! Friday, baby! Yeah, let's celebrate Friday! Woo!
He's looking good out there. He keeps playing like that. We got the guy we wanted.
Tyler, you're up next. Your Greta Hot Performer of the Week.
Drake's 5-year-old son Adonis released his first song, and it's not good, but it's hilarious and incredibly catchy. It's become mine and Aaron's new pregame anthem. So that song.
I like this right here.
Yeah.
Diddy likes it too. Liam, you're up next. Your Hot Performer of the Week.
I'll give mine to the two Show Park Crusaders. I got Division 1 scholarships this week.
Who are they?
Luke Lisco to Ferris State and Breck Christensen to University of Minnesota Mankato.
Did you scout either one of them, bringing them in?
Breck.
Look at you.
Actually, Lisco too a little bit.
Are you proud of them?
I'm very proud of them all.
Good job.
Another one
proud
coming
of
soon,
yourself?
folks. A little pat on the back.
Good for you.
He's a hot guy!
Number one team in the AJHL?
We're number 3. 9 in the country.
Attaboy.
Pour it on!
Nation Dan, your Greta Hot Performer of the Week.
I'm just going to give it to the fact that it's weird to me to do this, but the Ryan Reeves went to Toronto, I think has been like underrated for me until now because the guy is in the media every week and I'm loving it. He is a guy that I would love to see in front of the NHL more. And so, yeah, Ryan Reeves, I'm just enjoying everything you're putting out there out of Toronto.
The big guy is smoking hot.
I like Revo.
That's a good one.
I try to find the appropriate buttons when possible. You know? For me, I am having a good Friday regardless of the Oilers results because the greatest band on earth, Blink-182, released a new album and it's not shit. I was worried about it being shit, but it's not. It's great and I love them and I didn't expect that to happen. So Blink-182, thank you for making my spirits uplifted after a horrible loss.
They've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
That doesn't make sense. I was really thinking, I was like, is someone going to steal it from him? He'll be so mad.
It would have been great, actually. It would have been great trolling. None of you guys like them, though, so it's fine by me.
We don't like them.
Well,
not my cup of tea.
Not on my level.
Yeah.
We all have favorite bands,
Taylor Swift.
Tyler's getting fired up to a child song.
It's so funny.
It's so bad.
I was playing on my iPad. Hell yeah, you were Adonis. Hell yeah.
Hey, I get it.
Speaks to me. I too play on my iPad.
I went
sometimes.
home.
3.
Saw my dad. Fucking right. Where else
Bricks and
was
balls.
he? Hey, why not?
Don is playing bricks and balls.
Probably not as good as me.
How old is he that he did this
5.
album?
5.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Don't go to the bathroom.
We're gonna drag this out for a little bit longer because Liam has got.
I also gonna have to piss.
Well, first of all,
I gotta
Tyler's
go to the bathroom and I gotta make a phone call. And I know I have to leave the office to make the call to get service.
Liam's got his own struggles. Tyler's got a tortellini in the microwave.
Oh my God, I forgot about my
lunch.
lunch. I warmed up my lunch and then forgot it's been sitting in the microwave all episode.
It's no longer there. Somebody ate it.
Hopefully.
Honorary cold performer of the week, by the way, is Waz for outing me. You know what you did, Waz. You know what you did.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we're going to wrap up Friday episode of Oilersnation Radio. Here's hoping we have a better Tuesday episode.
I think we will.
Lastly, score prediction tomorrow against the Jets. Real quick. 4-2 win.
6-4 Oilers.
5-3 Oilers.
Oh, I have 5-3 as well.
4-3 Edmonton Oilers.
There we go. We got wins across the board. Here we go. Let's get it done.